And there you have it. The Los Angeles Lakers have won the LaCovid Invitational. Oh my gosh, we see little Bronny. He's on Zoom. Come on, man. Lakers fans, come on down, come on down. If you need to talk, if you need to let out your frustration, if you need to vent, ladies and gentlemen, you have now locked in to Lakers therapy, Lakers therapy, Lakers therapy,
It's not post game, bro. It's Laker therapy.
Lakers therapy.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Man, the
Bro.
timeline is
Oh,
quiet tonight, bro.
bro, it's a church. It's like church
There's
in that
crickets,
motherfucker,
Irk.
bro.
Irk, I hear crickets all on the timeline tonight,
Oh, you
man.
mean
What's
crickets?
going
Hold up.
on?
Not crickets.
Yeah, a whole bunch of that.
That's all I hear, man.
Where's that one Laker fan who came in pregame that said Rui would have a better game than Pods? Pods damn near had a double double. Rui had 9 points. Pods
Come
had
on,
nine and
man.
nine. Rui only had 9 points.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Filing for Laker therapy, bro. Come
hey,
on, man. Where
man,
these cats at? Come
that
on, bro.
Lakers
Oh
schedule in
man.
March doesn't look too
Not
nice,
Jerome Robinson
man.
hitting a three.
Jerome
Jerome
Robinson hit a
Robinson.
bucket. He got a
He
bucket.
hit a three
Shit.
Oh no.
I
on
see
his
Come
Jerome
on,
birthday,
man.
bro.
Robinson hit a three and had a nice little finish at the rim. I mean, he
Bro,
got 5 points. Come on
Bro, that's
now,
comedy.
we
I
letting
just
Jerome do this?
I just
That
want to
is
say
comedy.
happy birthday, Andrew Wiggins. This was a fucking. He played a great game tonight. Point of attack defense.
What
Great
do you
game
mean?
from
It's
him
happy
tonight.
birthday, Trace. It's
Oh
not
Happy
yeah, happy
tonight.
birthday,
birthday to
Trace.
Trace as well.
Yeah,
Happy
He had a
birthday,
but
great
Andrew
it was
game.
Wiggins.
Wiggins' birthday now. It's after 12. He was born in the East
After
Coast,
12,
brother.
Andrew Wiggins. Happy birthday, Andrew.
Hey, happy birthday, Crow.
Best
You,
POA
you
in the
know the vibes,
league.
man. Come on, man.
You seen
Everybody's
Steph
starting to
tonight,
change
bro?
up their talk. I'm glad people are starting to come around.
You seen
Sure.
Steph tonight, Shadow?
Come
Oh,
on,
Wiggs
man.
had
Like,
20 points, y'all. Just saying.
come on, man. Come on, dog.
Come on, Steph. Come on, Steph. Enough, Steph.
yo, Elda had a great tweet where he said that Steph at 36, and LeBron at 36. Steph is better, and he's not wrong. Like, did you see him off those fucking? They tried to play drop, and he was cooking in the drop coverage, bro, all game long,
Reeves was getting fried every time he was
He was
on.
getting
bro. He was
fried.
getting fried.
Bruh,
Fried.
when Steph
Or no, as Big Perk would say, Curry gave him a 30-piece all flats lemon
all
pepper
flats,
dry rub.
All flat.
man,
Reeves was getting fried.
man, Steph was
Fried.
laughing in the first quarter, man. That's how I knew it was gonna be a good game tonight, man. He was looking at them going, y'all got Reeves on me? Are you kidding me?
Bro, we held them
Oh,
to under we held them to under 110 points. That's crazy.
No, those are bums, bro. Those are bums. They're bums. They're bums.
Bumsicles.
They're bums. I'm telling you, bro. If they don't have a plus 10 advantage on you, they ain't beating anybody, bro.
Bro.
Urkel, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. Because you know what I saw tonight? The Warriors didn't fuck around, bro. They did not fuck around. They did not fuck around. They mean business. They're gonna win this game, they're gonna win the next game, and they're gonna win the next game. They're not fucking around. They're not fucking around. So let me look at the standings real quick because I was looking at the standings earlier. Um, where are the Phoenix Suns right now?
They got 23 losses, so they're in the playing spot now. They're seventh.
So they're
yeah,
in
I think
seventh.
didn't them and the Mavericks swap tonight after the
Yeah,
Mavs
yeah.
beat
They
them?
they they
Yeah.
they swapped tonight because the Mavs
Well,
won, so they're the sixth seed now, and the Suns are the seventh.
more importantly, the Mavs have the tiebreaker over the Suns, if I remember correctly. So that affects seeding also.
We are right there. We are right there. We're not that far off. Not that far off. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Not
we
that
got
far
28
off.
games left, man. We're gonna win the majority of the games, man. But
Come on, man.
hold on, Urkel, hold on. You want some of this, Urkel? Some of this opium? Remember, we're feeding the fan base opium. You want some of this? You hold on, let me take a little more. You want some opium,
Was it
Urkel?
hopium? Was it hopium or copium? One of
No,
the two.
no, man. We got this opium, man. Here, we're feeding the fan base hope.
Shit, niggas is too positive, man.
We
Why
were
them
too
niggas is so
positive, man.
positive,
The
man?
hopium, man.
Hey,
Okay.
look. All I gotta say is,
Opium.
you know,
Hey,
Okay.
with
hey,
with LeBron
Urkel.
James,
Okay.
Hey, Urkel,
LeBron James is out.
that
This
Beyonce
is
hit a
huge.
little different, man, when it's a Dubs and Lakers matchup, you
Mhm.
know what I mean?
You
You
know
know,
what?
you know
Yo,
what
these
also,
Laker fans
Bruce?
are running, man. It's quiet in here today, man.
Hey, Chef.
Yes.
You know,
Break my soul.
I'll
If
say this
we
about
took
the
the
game
L, we'd
tonight:
have 2,000 in this bitch.
the lose. No, with you know, if you know, like with LeBron didn't play or whatnot. The fact we went, like, I think like, Richard and OG on Warriors Twitter said, we went from a slow we went from a small, slow, unathletic team to one to an athletic team overnight. And like, and look, I give Jim Park a lot of shit, but one thing that Jim Park has been constant on is when you play TJD, he is an absolute difference maker. I mean, when he came into the game, it was raps. They had no answer for him in the pick and roll, and I'm telling you, look, I know we started off slow, but if there's if history's shown me something over my years of watching sports, you never count out the great ones. You never count out Tom Brady. You never count out Patrick Mahomes, and you never count out Steph Curry. And look, I bet a team, whoever gets the one seed, whether it's probably going to be OKC or Minnesota, we obviously have to continue to win. Um, but I'm telling you, if we get into the playoffs, no team's going to want to play us. It's a lot different than last year, because last year sort of felt like we were running on fumes, and it was kind of a miracle that we won that Sacramento series. But Curry led us to victory in that series. But feels like we're clicking at the right time. We're starting to get a lot better. We're starting to get more chemistry, and let's continue to roll this thing.
How many games over
Nobody wants to
500
see.
are we?
I'm sorry,
Nobody
Caprice. What was
wants
the
to what?
question?
How many games over 500 are we? Because the person
Two.
said one.
Two
Okay.
games right now.
2 games over 500.
2 games over 500.
Yeah, but we got 28 games left, man. I'm telling you, we're probably gonna finish the season 20 games over 500
I agree.
2 games over
easily.
You
500.
gotta remember we have less games played than some of the other teams because of that.
Yeah,
Because of what happened.
most of them, most of the people have like 26, 25 games left.
But
We
those
have
games
we
were
have
Just
28.
watch the loss column, everybody. Just look at the loss column for to try, get an idea.
okay. So since the Suns lost, where does that put us in the standings? Are we still 10th or like what is it?
Well, here's the problem: is that the Suns have the tiebreaker of the Warriors at worst. So that doesn't really mean much in regards to the Warriors right now. But once the Warriors get into that position where, let's say, they're like neck and neck with the Suns, that does come into a factor, that tiebreaker. So that's why.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on,
I mean,
man.
let me
I'd
pull
love
up.
to see it,
Let me pull up
man.
the
It was
rest of
just
our
a,
games.
a hand
You
over
know, we
hand
got
great game.
we got we have the Hornets tomorrow on a back to back at home. We have the Nuggets on Sunday. I know Dre was saying in playback. We beat the Nuggets on Sunday. That's a win that can change the season, because the Nuggets have been kind of owning us in the regular season the last
And
couple of years.
we
So
owe the Nuggets. We owe the Nuggets because if we beat the
Well,
Nuggets
Draymond has yet to play against the Nuggets this season. He's
Yeah,
missed
like I
and
was about
both
to
the
say,
yeah,
I
first
wouldn't use the
two.
word own.
no,
He's
no, no,
missed both
no, no.
the
My bad,
I
first
mean
Rosé.
like
two,
oh, I said owe the Nuggets, not own.
and he missed the third one because of
You
his
know the dope
suspension.
part about tonight? Hold on one second. You know the dope part about tonight? We were saying, like, I don't know, midway through the second quarter, people were saying, "Well, why didn't Draymond play? Why isn't Draymond in the game?" And they really didn't need Draymond tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope because that's on a back to back. right? So Steve Kerr is really dialing back Draymond right now. And that is really, really great to see. So only 21 minutes tonight. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 points, plus 19. He played amazing tonight. But the bright spot of the game outside of Steph, well, two bright spot. Andrew Wiggins absolutely locked up D'Lo, right? Absolutely locked up D'Lo tonight. And Steph came out aggressive, no nonsense, just came out on fire. 3 steals, 32 points, 8 assists. Trace Jackson Davis, the birthday boy, 17 points, 5 rebounds in 15 minutes of work. We got our wish. Trace played, and he played his ass off. Playmaking Clay
Erg,
was out in full display tonight.
Playmaking Clay.
Erg, that
No,
What a
rebound.
time,
Showtime.
bro.
Showtime.
Clay shot 1 of 9, but you know how many assists he had tonight? Five
Five.
assists
Five
Yeah.
assists?
tonight from Clay Thompson.
Yeah, Clay played great.
Okay,
You
Clay.
know, with me, it wasn't even the playmaking was there, but man, the defense. The dude was strapping up, bro. He
Bro,
was locked.
He was guarding
yes,
Rui. He
bro.
was
He was
slipping onto
he
AD
ripped
at some
he
point.
stripped AD one
Oh yeah,
possession,
no.
bro. He literally ripped it out of his hands.
It looked like Klay Thompson turned the clock back to 2017-18 when he was an All NBA defender guarding guys like Kyrie, Russ, Dame, you know, all those guys, you know. But like I was saying earlier, I mean, we get this perimeter defense. Paint defense is going to come. You know, there's some things we have to clean up. But man, this was a great win that we desperately needed, especially with LeBron James out. So, but let's keep this thing. I said earlier, let's keep this thing rolling. Like, nobody's expecting much of us. So, let's just play with house money. I mean, why not us? Let's run the table.
And we have the third easiest schedule remaining, right? So we should really
Yeah,
go on what streak? Like a 20+ game winning streak, 15?
I wouldn't go that far. I definitely say like I'd
Just
say
go on
15,
small streaks
I'd
at a
say
time.
12 or 13.
Yeah, like
Just go on
I can
small
see us
streaks at a
going
time, like 7 in a row.
5,
Hey man,
lose 1 or
Seven in
2,
a row
hey,
five,
here.
lose 1 or 2. You know.
Like just go
all
7 in
I
a
need
row
to say,
here,
fuck the
6 in a row
Lakers.
here, and then 5 in a row
Whoever
here.
don't like it, fuck you.
I cannot tell you.
You
I
should
don't want
retitle.
this
You should
to
retitle.
be
You
lost.
should retitle the space.
So Laker therapy. Hold on.
Yeah, why did you put that in there? What the hell?
Yeah, it should have been Laker therapy from the start, man.
Laker therapy, bro.
Bro,
Hold on. I
even
completely missed that.
How did the name Laker Therapy come up?
that's an
Like
ancient
No,
tale.
we were having a conversation about the Warriors and their ability to win an NBA championship in 2020 summer of 2021, 2022, and we were saying that they're going to win the championship, and this is fresh off of play. And remember, we got bounced in May.
oh yeah,
Remember, we
that was
got
the
bounced
LeBron
in
shot,
May
right?
because remember the season was shifted because of COVID and everything like that, right? So
Yep.
we got bounced in May. We didn't make the playoffs, and right after we were finished, we were basically saying we're gonna win the chip. Don't worry, we're gonna come back stronger, and we're gonna win the chip. And we had Laker. This is when Laker fans, Warriors fans, all NBA discourse was always in our spaces due to the fact we're fresh off of the KD spaces and everything like that, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
we were having a conversation, and then I said, well, Wiggins is focused. He's been working out all summer, and he's going to be an all-star. Then they started laughing at me. I said, "You're laughing? How about he's going to be an all-star starter?" Then they started laughing at me. So we all got in an argument. I started screaming. They got into their feelings. So they left the spaces and went and go started their own spaces, and they labeled it "Delusional Warrior Fans." So in the preseason, the preseason we played them, we killed them. But then it was opening night, and in opening night, Belly did that master class. So we labeled it Lakers therapy on the strength of they
Oh
came with the delusional way, and Laker therapy was born, and it's been beautiful ever since.
yeah. Now that opening game though, I don't know if there's been more hype around a Warriors season opener since like 2016 when we played when we played the Spurs on opening night. That was KD's first game as a Warrior, and I mean, I just remember though going into that Laker game, I had a very we had I had a very quiet confidence about that group, and I just had this weird feeling that even though we weren't really signing the big free agents like we had all hoped, we got guys that fit our system. We had two great draft picks that year with Kemba and Moody, and they were big in our. A lot of people don't realize that, but they played a huge part in us winning that championship. And that a season opener against the Lakers. I don't think I remember I woke up my mom and my dad just screaming because I generally couldn't believe. A lot of people were stunned because a lot of people thought we were going to get destroyed by the Lakers at Staples, and that was a beautiful feeling, and it ended up that was the beginning of what ended up being a very special season.
Yeah. Hey, the defense, man. It's the defense, bro. At the end of the day, we can talk about all the bullshit. Makes, misses. I was literally saying in the live watch, pointing it out play by play. Like, I don't give a fuck if Clay's 0 for 15. Like, if he's defending and making plays, nobody's beating us. Because those are two things that he hasn't really done all year. And now tonight, like, shots weren't falling, but it doesn't matter. Like, I didn't even hate any of the shots he took. I thought his shot selection was
Yeah.
great. He was, I mean, yeah, a couple were tough, but like, it's not about the tough shots. It's about playing within the flow. The one shot he hit was one of the toughest shots of the night, but he hit it off balance, but it was in rhythm. As long as the shots he's taking are in rhythm, who gives a damn if they go in or not? I mean, I'm not gonna be mad as long as the process is good. So tonight, I thought after the first quarter, it was a bit shaky defensively, but after the first quarter, I feel like the process was A1. Wiggins offensively, he's back. Like defensively, he had a little rough of a stretch, but he put it all together. Second half really took off. Who else? Pods I thought was pretty solid. He missed a lot of shots. He should have really hit a few more shots.
TJD, Dre.
Trace,
TJD.
I'll say this right.
He's getting to him,
Trace
right?
Trace needs to play. Trace needs to be the first big off the bench over Sarge, over Loon. And we've been
Yeah,
and we've
agreed.
been
100%.
but we've been saying this for a long time. I think we've been all saying this. Now,
Especially
Moody,
Jim.
I think there's a surprise appearance today from Moses Moody.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
He's
It
only there
felt
because
like
GP is
Hey,
out,
Dre.
though.
no.
I
Dre,
hate to
Dre,
break
I
have
that
know.
to
you?
you.
But
Hold on.
I still think right.
Have you noticed this thing about Moody? Like anytime he gets around the basket, he's trying to dunk everything. Have you noticed that,
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
That's a good point.
bro? He's trying to dunk
Because you know why?
everything when
Because you
he's
know why?
around the
He
basket,
knows he
man.
doesn't have vertical like that, so he's like, I'm just gonna try to like, because sometimes he blows layups, right? So you're right. He makes the conscious effort. He wants to make sure with 2 feet. He jumps with 2 feet, not one. He jumps with 2 feet and tries
Every
to hit.
time, 2 feet.
He's solid though. That's what I
Every
like.
time.
Like
Yeah, bro. So, but hey, all around effort. I think again the defense though. Like Draymond didn't even need to play that much, and we were locking up. I thought Steph's defense. We didn't even talk about Steph at all, bro. Steph's defense was fucking good. Active deflections, getting running through passing lanes, rotating to the corner, like everything that Steph did tonight. This guy was locked in. I think Steph's locked in the second half of this final third of the season. So Steph looks locked in. Looney, I thought gave us okay minutes off the bench. I know he's not like the most athletic guy in the world, but I thought he
Hey,
was
he went
active.
+1. He
No,
went
he was
+1.
active though.
That's
It was but he was active though. He put pressure at rebounding, boxing out. I thought he was active. Um, Kaminga, Kaminga made a read in this. I think it was the second quarter. He was posted up. The defense helped, and it like did one of those like shades, so it kind of like shaded towards him, and then it committed. And the rotation was actually done in a very smart way with the way the Lakers did it, so that they try to fool JK into passing it to Dre instead of Pods, who was the open man. Dre was on the wing. And JK jumped in the air. He didn't commit to the pass. He waited for the defense to fully rotate. Then he passed it to Pods for an assist. Plays like that, if we see that, I mean, bro, how you can't beat us because the spacing and the advantage creation that creates is off the charts. If you have to send bodies at JK and then JK's basically countering, I mean, that's like a Jokic play, what he did there. Obviously, I'm not saying he's Jokic. I'm just saying that's something that Jokic would fucking do in the post. He'd fucking see the double coming and then just dot the open man cross court for a skip pass. That was one of the plays that stuck out tonight for me. And I thought in the second quarter we just separated. It just comes. I literally said, I mean, we were down by like 3 or 4 points in the second. I was like, look, if we continue with this intensity, we're not going to win this game. But if we have a 4-minute stretch where we're serious, we're going to win this game. And we were for like the last 5 minutes of the quarter, we were serious on both ends. We were locked in, rotating, committed. Guys were in the right spots, positional sound, contesting shots without fouling, all that stuff. Positional soundness, all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I see the Laker fan in here. We beat your fucking ass. And we see you fucks again pretty soon. So hopefully you show up again when we beat you.
Cook him.
Bro, like, there's only, 650 people in here? Like, I remember when the Lakers beat the Warriors by one singular point. It was 2,500 people. Where all the 1,900 souls went?
That's a
Actually,
good question.
that's a good one. That's a good one. I actually was going to ask you about that because, granted, I'm celebrating with y'all. I'm enjoying this win. This was very, very much needed, especially coming off the All-Star break. However, granted, no LeBron, no Vando, no Reddish. Even though we only lost to only by 1 point back in January, how do y'all feel based off of tonight? If everybody from the Lakers did play, do y'all think we still would have won?
I'm gonna tell you right now,
No.
we don't care.
Yeah,
we don't care, and I'm gonna tell you
I
why
think-
we don't care. Because
I'll
we're
answer
missing
that.
people too. We've been missing people all year.
We were missing people too, but I think we would have won. Yeah, I think we would have won.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Because I know we got them March 16th and I think April 9th. So I'm just saying that I know it's going to be in LA's hometown. I think it's going to be definitely a bloodbath, honestly.
It'll be a bloodbath, and as long as we're locked in defensively, nobody can beat us 4 times in 7 tries.
And then also the Warriors do this thing where whenever it's like stars, and I'm talking about like the bigger names are out, we kind of play down to the competition. Like look what happened. Like Kawhi's out, we lose to them. LeBron being out, I actually was like, oh shoot! As soon as I saw that he was listed out, I'm like, oh here we fucking go, because this team is kind of known to do that. But no, they were solid and they kind of handily defeated them. So I don't. So it's like hard for me to basically say like, oh yeah, no LeBron. So like, nah, man, like cut that out.
I'm with you. No, I'm absolutely celebrating because we absolutely needed this win. But man, it's just in the back of my mind, like, fuck, man. If Lakers is 100%, we're definitely gonna have to be on point. I agree. I've been coming to y'all spaces for the past couple months now, and just listening. Y'all are absolutely right. Dario, Looney. When we have to face LA again in March and April, we seriously going to have to do something about the big men down there. If we got LeBron, you got Vando, and you got AD and everything down there, I just hope Kerr just really pays attention tonight and figure something out by March.
I'm not gonna lie though, I think Vando's foot might be cooked.
Oh, you
Fuck
think so?
Vando. Fuck Vando. Happy birthday to Andrew Wiggins and Trace, man. Those guys, it was their birthdays, and they were second and third best scorers tonight. And fuck, man, all I'm asking for when it comes to Trace, give him 15 to 20 minutes. He got 15 minutes tonight, scored 17 points on 8 of 10 shooting from the field. It's so easy for him to. He's the most efficient scorer for the Warriors. You all realize this by a mile, right? The guy shoots like 70% from the field. So, and you see the 2-man game between him and Clay. The defense doesn't know how to guard it. So Trace rolls, and unfortunately for Clay, he's going to have to look for Trace to, roll more than look for his own shot. But it's such an automatic bucket that how do you not do that with any, with more consistency? So that's really, Clay 1 for 9 from the field, but I actually really enjoyed watching him tonight because he's impactful. It's not just a 3-point shooting. He has such capability of making plays if he just looks up instead of just looking for his own. And tonight he was doing that. So just impactful on both ends of the floor, making other guys better, making the game easy. Even though he's 1 of 9 from the field, there's the 2 are still going to him. So that threat is just there for him. And if he just takes advantage of that, it just makes the game so much easier for the second unit. And the second unit motherfuckers cannot guard Trace. around the rim. They can't. So, and the longer he stays on the floor, the better he gets defensively. So I still don't like the Sarge minutes, but at least they're not putting him at the 5. They're putting Trace at the 5 next to him, providing him some help, much needed help. And these are good developments. Other than the 4 guard plus Looney lineups, I thought Steve, his rotations were pretty decent tonight. And all you can do is pray that this continues. Obviously, things get a little more complicated when Chris Paul comes back, and somebody has to sit, and the rotations have to change. We don't know what that's going to be, but Steph Curry is in God mode, man. You see what this guy is. He's still in the prime of his career. This guy, and him and Draymond, that high pick and roll, that's the best fucking offense in the league. The best.
Jim,
Only 32
how
minutes
did you,
today. Beautiful.
Jim, how did you like Steph's aggression starting the game?
I mean, this is what we're always looking for from Steph. He's got to be the guy who starts it all off and makes the game easy for everybody else. Takes the pressure off of everybody else because they don't have to feel like, oh, we have to get going because Steph is, playing off the ball or something like this. I just love the way, he got involved early on and, let it be known that he's the biggest threat out there.
Hey, Trace is such a revelation, bro. Like you see when you have Clay, you have Steph, you have whoever on those ball screens, and you see it's almost like teams aren't used to the Warriors having like a roll threat or a lob threat or whatever. And when he rolls, he's getting so wide open that it just looks like free plays basically. You know what I'm saying? Like it's such a breath of fresh air watching him finish.
All 5 of
And
Clay's
And
assists were
he
to
can finish in
Trace.
traffic
All
too,
5.
Urkel. It's not just wide open ones. He can finish in traffic too. There are these little
yeah, but
guys
Wait,
he's
wait,
in the
wait,
paint trying to
Jim.
guard him.
physical.
They can't guard him.
Jim,
Yeah,
Urkel. One of the things that like I that stuck out to me was one of the later things that happened in the game. Right, we've been having this problem. Like one of our biggest thing of why we can't hold leads or whatever is our rebounding. Right, and so like you, me, a lot of people have been screaming like TJD more minutes. Right, like he's like clearly if the problem's rebounding and defense, he's both of those things. Right. I loved how he was literally in a sea of yellow jerseys, rose up over all of them and tapped it out to one of our guys. Like basically, just stole the rebound from a sea of Lakers players. And this is in the fourth quarter and in the final 2-3 minutes. Like that's exactly why he needs to play down the stretch. Like that was like a key, like perfect example.
and if you
48 to
remember,
41 rebounding advantage for the Warriors.
Hilarious that the Warriors are still a top 5 rebounding team, by the way.
yeah, and if you remember, TJD had a sequence where he got an offensive rebound and he put it back in, and then on the other end, D'Angelo Russell tried going to the basket and he blocked D'Angelo Russell, and then he ran down the floor and got a dunk. Like
Yeah,
both ends of the
he can do
floor,
that.
he's just a revelation. Like I'm at the point. I've said it. I said it last space. I'm at the point. TJD should just take all the Sarge and Looney's minutes. I mean, I don't see why not.
Draymond Green and TJD should be at 48 minutes.
Agreed.
Yup, 100%.
It's been that way for a long time too.
Hey, Warriors front office, man. You see this. You see what the Warriors have a winning group of players here. Go convince Otto to get the buyout and go get Otto. And shit's gonna get spooky.
Yeah,
Come playoffs.
that's
Hey,
our last.
I will take the Warriors small ball over any other team small ball.
Jim, you sound confident. I love it. I love it. I love the confidence. I love
But
it.
if they need to get Otto, man. Like if he's getting all of Dario's minutes. Imagine how much of a difference that would make for the Warriors.
That's
need it.
scary, Jim. Jim, that's scary, bro. If we get Otto, man, I don't even know what this team could be. They could be on a whole nother
Shooting,
level if they
defending
get
four
Otto.
is all we
Yo,
need.
you know what's
Shooting,
crazy
defending four
too?
is the last piece.
There's people and rebounding because as good
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
Dario's okay, but he's not. Otto's a dog on the glass.
Let me ask you guys this though. As much as we love TJD and he played amazing tonight, the question is like, come playoff time, if we make it there, six, seven seed, eight seed, whatever we are. Do y'all trust TJD in those playoff minutes?
A
Yes.
thousand times
Of
more than
course.
Absolutely.
Looney and Sarge. A
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
thousand
I
Why?
times more
do.
than Looney and
I do.
Sarge.
Why? I can tell
Because
you
Looney
why.
and Sarge are your other
There,
options, and
Because
they're fucking terrible.
his role is really, really simple. Rebound, dive to the rim, be big in the paint. It's real simple. You know what I'm
and
saying?
defend.
Um, and defend. You know what I'm saying? Would I trust him in a play? The only thing so Looney played 8 minutes tonight. TJD played 15. I mean, I think it's becoming more and more apparent that that's what needs to happen. The funny thing about TJD is that Steve Kerr used to use this excuse to play Zaza over everyone else, and after a while, he just couldn't play him anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like he just had to put Javale in there because that lob threat, the
Either
you
JaVale
know,
or David. JaVale or David
there
West.
was like a there was like a lob threat, there was like a slip threat, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Remember how many layups JaVale got
Or
in
just
that NBA
dunks.
Finals in 18?
Yeah, I think it was game
Bro, they
Just
were
five.
all dunks.
comical
No,
amount of
no,
dunks
I
and
mean
layups.
game 2 or 3. Game 2.
He
No,
had like
games
five
one and
dunks. He
two.
had like five dunks in game
Look how
two.
many dunks he had.
He had like 4 or 5 dunks every single one of those games that he
Exactly,
played in.
bro.
It was comical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It,
And you
bro,
gotta
there's no reason why we shouldn't be I used to look at the stat, and the Warriors used to lead the league in dunks. We need to get back there, man.
for
I
real,
need
man.
to lead the league in dunks
What's
again,
better
man.
than a dunk outside of a Steph three?
Come
like
on,
literally,
man.
does, and it's kind of crazy that Steph three is statistically better than the dunk. But
Talk
yeah, dunk is literally
talking about
easy points.
Steph. Did y'all see that quote? What the Celtics player said that he said to them when they was down 2-1 in the finals.
Yeah, Dre
Pretty
covered
sure
that
y'all
on one of
discussed
his
that in
playbacks
playback.
actually, playback.tv
Uh,
slash chasing wins. But
that was
No.
fire.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Promotion though. Hey.
Shameless plug. I love it. I love it.
Hey, it's good to
I love
it's
it.
good to have Wiggins back, man. It feels like he's
Yes.
about as close to 100% as he's going to be this season. And I mean, you see the impact that he's making, man.
And he's more confident. Way more
Yeah,
Man,
confident.
yeah.
he
He's
should have
been
gotten to the line like 4 more times tonight too. He was getting fouled a bunch in the post. I seen Dinwiddie swipe down on him a bunch. He had that layup on Jackson Hayes should have been another call. I was like, bro, he should even be getting to the line more.
My fear is that what they're gonna if TJD's getting playoff minutes is that I fear that the refs might literally treat him like he's a fucking rookie and he's just gonna call us bullshit fouls on him. But that's like my
Yeah.
only fear.
no. He's not a rookie anyway. By the time you get to the playoffs, you're no longer a rookie, are you? You've
No.
had a season under your belt, so you're no longer a rookie at that point.
Yeah,
He's also
Jim.
24.
That's
Jim.
only my biggest fear, Jim, is that they're gonna give him bullshit calls.
Also, Trace at the end of the day is a starting caliber center, for the Warriors, and he's ultimately facing the other team's, backups, the bench players, and he's going up against them. I like his odds against those guys.
and to remind people, he's 4 years of college. 4 years of college. That's not a normal thing in the NBA anymore. Like people literally they play 1 year and then they're clearly good enough they jump and he has 4 years of college, so
Yeah, your
he's
first time in the
experienced.
Yeah,
playoffs, you're
and
always a
and
rookie.
and when it comes to the refs,
First
I
time in the
mean,
playoffs, you're always a rookie. Ain't nothing can prepare you for that. It's the playoffs.
when it
Sure,
comes to
It's a
the
different
refs,
game.
but
like when it comes to the refs, like I mean, the way they treat the Warriors past what 6, 7 years during the dynasty. I mean, every year is the same year with the refs, so it's like we expect it. You know what I mean?
We're
Uh,
just gonna have to play
Lakers
through it.
were
you see what
We just have to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
through
Dre.
it, man.
you hear what
We're gonna
Trey
have
said about
Dre said what now?
Trace? He said that Clay came to him before the game, and told him to find him on pin downs. He said, "I'm either going to get an open shot or get you an open dunk." So this was something that they understood was a potential. These were the counters that they were looking at. And Clay was before the game, I guess, thought like I'm gonna be in my playmaking bag. This wasn't anything new. This was something that he kind of premeditated.
Dre, let me tell you something, right? That is what I call balance, right? So many times this year, I watch teams overplay Clay. a part of it is that like Clay is not a guy that's gonna catch the ball, attack your front leg, go to the rim, and be ultra quick with it, right? But if he's coming off of a pin down, people are going to jump towards him. You know what I'm saying? And they're always he off of those pin downs, he catches the same type of attention that Steph does, right? And bro, like so many times I'm watching him in that action, and they're running that action too. And anytime he comes off of that action, that is
You
what
know what
he
it reminds
does.
me of? Because Steph's he's a different dude, like different tier, but it does remind me of Duncan Robinson and Bam in a lot of ways.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 100%, right? So when they're jumping out on Clay like that, there is always going to be an opportunity where somebody's going to jump out and try to um get out on Clay. They're going to try
Well,
to
if
get
he
out on a
frees up,
shot,
right?
right?
If he squeezes through that screen, you have a couple choices. Either the big has to switch, either the big has to play drop, but then you're giving up, and then if the big steps out too far, that's a cut for Trace down the lane for a dunk. So there's you just make a read there, and Clay made every appropriate read tonight. Like every time the AD stepped too high up, found Trace. Every time AD was too far out, he took the shot. Like, and sometimes he made it, sometimes he missed it, but as long as the process is well intentioned, then there's no issue with I don't even care that this was one of his worst shooting games of the year. I really don't care. Like, he was incredible tonight. He was amazing.
Hey Dre, here it is. Here it is. Darvin Ham says that Anthony Davis lost his voice and it affected the team's defense in the loss to the Warriors
No
tonight.
Wait,
way he
what?
said
I
that. He
ain't
said
never
that
heard
for
that
real.
excuse
Lost his
before.
voice. What? Wait, what?
Wait,
No
how
That
did
gotta be
he
a
way.
joke,
lose
Is,
his
bro.
is he is he like
That's
trolling
got to be
because
a
of the
first.
Draymond
He
thing or?
What, he lost his
Nah,
That
voice
gotta
in the
be a
All
troll,
Star
bro.
weekend?
Nah, bro. The Lakers are
Oh
trolls,
my
bro. Did you
god.
see? Did you see Ham said LeBron's gonna play tomorrow night too? Now,
I
like, come
saw that.
on,
It was
bro.
like
Come
That can't
on,
be real,
bro.
bro. That can't be real.
Man, Darvin was complaining about fucking screens and that shit during the game. I don't want to hear what he has to
Someone
say.
get
Oh
that
my
sound
gosh.
bite,
I
bro. That
hope
can't
I
be
it's
hope
real.
they hit
always
him with a
something with the
fine,
Lakers.
bro. I hope they hit him with a little fine. That would be awesome. A nice 20-point win for the Warriors and Ham getting fined.
You know
Quick
this new
question though.
lineup that Steve's been trying in the second and fourth quarters with Trace, Dario, Wiggins, what is it, Q and
Pod.
Pod, right? And then I think there's actually Clay was in there instead of Q, I think. But if he can just replace Dario with Guy Santos, I think that second unit would be killer. If it's Trace, Guy Santos, Andrew Wiggins, Clay, and I guess
You
when CP comes back, it'll be CP. I think that would be a killer
Do you
second
think
unit, bro.
yeah, I agree with that. Do you think that Kerr mulled over some of the rotations in this All-Star break a bit? Cuz we hadn't seen any of these rotations. These are
No,
new
we saw it. We saw it before going into the All Star break. The last Jazz game that they played, he played that same rotation of
That's
guys,
true, but
Dario and Trace.
Great. He played 11 guys today, aside from garbage time. He played
it felt like
11.
it felt like he went pretty deep in the rotation. It also felt like he played Trace extended minutes too, Jim.
I have a
Uh,
quick question.
yeah, I think they're trying to run, Dario, whatever minutes that Dario has to play, they're trying to pair him with Trace.
Yeah, I think so
Jim,
too.
It's
also, have you
super
been
clear,
noticing?
bro. It is super clear
Jim,
at this point that Dario, there's a contractual obligation to play him because there's really no good reason to play him at this. He's a detriment out there. Most of the time, he's a detriment
Bro,
on
he was
both
a
ends of the floor
minus
at this
But he
7
point.
doesn't do anything good, Jim.
in a 20-point win, bro. But listen, we've been saying this for weeks. Let's just hope he gets his shot back. I think with CP coming back, I think it'll help him a lot because him and CP have been a clear positive. So let's hope that CP's return can help Dario figure it out.
Let me tell
CP
you
will also
something.
help Clay too. I think he'll help Clay too.
I think so defensively, I think he's worse than Belly, bro.
Yeah,
I
no, that's
agree.
I think he's
pretty
worse than Belly.
pretty clear.
Bro, I've been trying to say that. Bro, I literally said
I think he's worse than Belly.
bro, I've been trying to
Like
say that
I
for such a long time. I literally told everyone
yeah.
in the off. I said it the moment we signed him. I broke it down on a fucking Google Slides. I said he cannot play the 5. And this guy's been playing at the 5 all season long. I said this shit on fucking
Yeah, so
Google Slides in July. or August or whatever.
So what he needs to do, Dre, is that he needs to play the four with a center out there, whether it be Draymond, whether it be Trace. I don't think you should have him and Looney out there. But it should be Trace, Draymond, Sarge, right? Because there is some playmaking stuff there. There is some spacing there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just discard him, but you do have to have him out there with an anchor. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So you can't just leave him
yeah,
out there hanging.
yeah. You have to protect it.
Yeah,
You have to
bro.
account for his
At a
weaknesses. Yeah.
minimum, players at a minimum, they're gonna have their flaws, right? Like they're gonna be these are typically highly flawed players, but there is a way that you can bring out what those guys do well
You have to
and not
conceal. Yeah,
exactly
you have to find a
yeah.
way to conceal
So
those flaws. You know.
there are some concessions that you're gonna have to make, but you have to also protect them. And I don't think putting them at the five protects them because
That's what
you
I've been
know
saying. Oh, bro,
they,
this exact, bro. I'm telling you exactly, bro. I saw it.
yeah.
My first takeaway after we played the Lakers or for our first preseason game, I said the same. I was like, it's so obvious to me, and I'm glad that. And I know it
Mhm.
took Steve such a long time to actually like implement this adjustment and this wrinkle in his rotation. But you're right. It's just too much at this point. We have to just adjust. And now that we've adjusted, at least it's a little bit more digestible, but it's we still need to find some other ways around. Maybe we sign Otto, bro. If we get Otto, I don't think anyone can, if we're healthy, I don't think anyone can beat us. I really don't think anyone can. If we get Otto and we're 100% healthy going in to the playoffs, I mean, I think we're going to win. We're
It's
going to
just
win.
the thing with Otto is like his health. That's the main thing with him.
Let's not even talk about it. Let's not even talk about the concern for his health. It's a free player you're getting back. You're getting back a free player.
That's true.
How can you how can you question that? You know, and the guy literally helped them win a championship 2 years ago. He fits like a glove with this team. Get
There's no
him.
risk. There's zero risk. And also, by the way, Steve just said that Steph is the most skilled player that I've ever seen. So good, some good praise from Steve there about Steph.
Let me ask you a question. So, were you guys surprised that TJD worked well with Clay more than Pods?
No,
No, no.
Not
Clay
really. It's
Clay draws more space on the screens on the pick and roll. So naturally, Potts doesn't generate that kind of attention on the pick and roll, right? So for
Yeah.
Clay,
not
it's just
yet.
easy. Yeah, it's just easier for Clay, and surprise, surprise, he can pass. So yeah, it's not surprising. And bro, like I'm just looking back at, lest you guys forget what he did in that Celtics game when they had no Draymond, no GP2, and they beat the Celtics. Remember that?
Yep.
Trace played 29
Hey,
minutes in that game, and he was plus
let me
25.
say this though.
He closed that game
Yeah, he
and in
closed.
overtime.
He played.
Yo, I want people to understand. I want people to understand something. Yes, the Lakers were shorthanded. Blah 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 blah. They still had D'Lo. They still had Reeves, and
Bro,
all of
no
this
one gave
Still
a
stuff.
have
shit last year.
Rui.
But
By
let
the way,
me.
hold on. Steph was coming off a torn labrum last season,
Yeah.
and
No one.
we.
No
You
one gave a
remember we
shit.
played the Lakers
In fact,
first game
people are
after the All Star break.
laughing.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. You remember we
So
played
here's
the
what I'm
Lakers
saying,
on the road
right?
first game after the All Star break. They blew us out, and it was all celebratory. All these okay, cool. You guys
Yeah.
celebrate your wins. We'll celebrate our wins. Like that's what it is.
But here's what I'm saying though. So this game couldn't have gone any better. So we blew those clowns out, right? And kind of when I look at the box score, under 30 for all quarters. That's amazing. So that means the defense was on point. Here's the other thing too. Draymond Green played 21 minutes tonight, bro. Right?
Dude,
So
Clay
we
played more minutes than him off the bench.
there is always a concern with Draymond and minutes and load and all of this stuff, right? So the fact that they were able to manage his minutes
It's
tonight,
because
and he
you know why
played.
though? It's because the non Draymond minutes were filled by a competent anchor. That's why.
Yep, yep. And Trace out of that screen and roll, bro. It was just beautiful, right? So if we can have more nights like this in the regular season when Draymond is just playing, 20, 25 minutes and he can just ramp them up to around 35, 40 minutes in the playoffs, that's going to work wonders, right? Because this Trace thing right here, I want y'all to know this is a politics thing, right? He should be playing more. So 15 minutes 15 minutes tonight, not going to complain about the 15 minutes. Now, here's the other thing that I saw too. Moses Moody was out there for 20 minutes tonight, plus 4 points, 6 rebounds. He was ultra aggressive tonight. I love to see that. Pods, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Bro, the fact that Pods is grabbing. Pods was a leading rebounder tonight, bro. Podsbrook.
Bro, he was literally like out rebounding guys like Rui, freaking
The
like all
biggest
those dudes.
the
Listen to
biggest
me.
nightmare. Yeah, go
Pods
ahead.
Pods was out rebounding dudes, and he didn't even have Steven
You know what
Adams,
I
bro.
was saying?
Amazing, amazing
I was
stuff.
saying this all or all really summer league when I was watching Pods.
Yeah.
The biggest takeaway I had with Pods in summer league was he has a nose for the ball. His nose for the ball is very unique. His instincts are at a very high level, and you see it. Like he just knows where to be. He's extremely scrappy, and again, the guy is very positionally sound, and he's fundamentally sound.
Hmm.
So his nose for the ball is actually, what Dunleavy said in the pre-draft. People are like, "Oh, he's 6'4", he's not athletic, blah blah blah." Listen, the dude is very very he's talented, right? He can shoot a bit, whatever, but he plays hard and he has a lot of good intangibles. And
Yep.
Dunleavy mentioned about his intangibles. When you talk, sometimes you just got to overlook the lack of athleticism if the intangibles severely outweigh them. And Dunleavy also plugged Pods in their analytics model, and Pods popped out. Like he was like a top 10 dude in their analytics. So, and again, analytics aren't everything, but you're seeing like analytics do matter. I mean, the dude's literally been a positive all year long for a reason. He's starting. I mean, for God's sakes. So
That's pretty
there's a
cool. I
reason.
didn't know that about
Yeah,
how they plugged him in and analytically, and it popped off and all this kind of stuff. You're talking about before
Yeah,
they
but it
drafted him?
makes sense,
before
man.
they drafted him. Yeah,
Oh, that's really cool.
Listen,
Yeah, they
man.
didn't go into
It
detail what their model is, but I remember that playback.
These models are models, bro. Like
they're
they're
indicators.
regression.
They're not the end all be all. But
It's a regression thing,
but
bro.
but they do.
He's out
But they
there.
do indicate like. But here's the thing, though. To get a guy like that off the bench, I mean, I know he's starting now, but that's still like impressive. I mean, I bet you in the draft, the top 9 dudes or whoever was ahead of Pods were taken before Pods was. I bet you. Who popped up in that analytics? I bet you Wemby was ahead. Jaime might have been like there was like probably some dudes ahead. They were probably all taken, bro. Like Pods, what he does winning shit. And
Let me tell you this,
yeah.
Dre. When you have a guy that can shoot, um,
Hey, yo, did you see the charges he
and
was taking in the first quarter? I mean, damn.
Took a
bro,
charge on Anthony
it,
Davis.
hey, we laugh at that stuff, bro. But when you're able to win possessions, right, or you're able to get a stop, whether it be a steal, a block,
Yeah, create extra
you're playing the
possessions,
passing
creating
lane,
extra possessions.
right?
Exactly.
If you're able to create extra possessions like that, possessions in basketball are a gold mine. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can create extra possessions, whether it be through an offensive rebound, you're taking a charge, you're playing the passing lane, you're getting deflections. When you're doing little stuff like that,
Let me ask you something. Let me
you
ask you something. Do you think
yeah.
our defense and maybe it did, maybe my memory is bad, but did our defense at any point last season look as good as it has the last couple of weeks?
Dre,
Hell the fuck
this
no.
is what I was telling you about the 6-2 start, man. I never thought that we had a fair shake
But I'm
all
gonna be honest
season
with you, the
long.
six
You know
and
what I'm
two
saying?
start was not. I don't think it was even as good as what we're seeing now.
Nah, sure, but the 6-2 start was a six
I
and
agree.
two
No, I
start.
agree. I
What we're
agree. Yeah,
seeing
that's true.
now,
That's true. I agree.
what we're seeing right now is just like a culmination and a manifestation of these dudes just struggling, and then things just happening
Right.
right at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
But Irk,
I never thought,
but Irk,
all throughout all of this, bro, I never thought they got a fair shake all season long. Lee, go ahead.
and good evening, everyone.
That's
Evening.
not
The the starters at the beginning of the season were a negative too. The bench was carrying. We still haven't seen the best of this bench yet. When Chris Paul gets back, I think we're about to really see some fireworks.
That's an amazing point because my thing all season long, right? Like what I was like, I just need them all to be on the court. Is that I looked at that bench. And last season, I looked at the bench, and it's fucking night and day, bro. Like that's what was pissing me off all year long because I was like, look at this bench. We just need to get the guys on board. Now you see Wiggins, he's not playing like dog shit anymore. You see Clay. Clay is just doing whatever for the team now, right? Looney is not in there. TJD stepped up. Pods is in there, and Pods is like fucking white Jason Kidd, basically. You know what I'm saying? So you see all of these things coming together, and it's like interesting, right? So here's the other thing too. When we get to the playoffs, the way that this team plays, they play basketball, right? I was listening to Andre's pod today, and Andre was talking about, like how all of these young teams, like they just play one way, and they're not diving into these extra actions. You know what I'm saying? And these extra actions that he was talking about on the pod, the Warriors do all of that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to the playoffs and you can get handsy and you can take away these guys and you can get physical, these things that the Warriors are running right now and running a one damn near a 120
Yeah,
offense on, that's going to matter in the playoffs,
100%.
right? On top of it, they're going to be able to play defense, right?
Yeah.
Because it's going to get a lot more
Let me
physical, right?
let me ask you
So,
this, because
yeah,
because
go ahead.
those were good points, but I know there's the tweet above in the jumbotron, but how do you think the whistle was tonight overall? I thought it was okay. It wasn't
It was
too bad.
amazing.
It
Yeah.
It
was
was
good.
amazing.
Dre, I've said this
I know he's
maybe,
goes. I
I
know what
don't
he
know,
goes
3 weeks
say.
ago.
Rose is
Bro, I said
laughing.
this 3 weeks ago. Oh, hold on. That's an amazing point. So I'm glad you brought that up because you see how Adam Silver got embarrassed on Sunday,
Oh yeah.
right? On
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yep.
Bro, don't think that shit's not gonna matter, bro, because that is going to be a byproduct of what's going to happen in the second half. Because, bro, people are looking at the NBA like it's a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? So dudes weren't out there playing, and a narrative that's out there right now. I'm talking about amongst the casuals, right? Is that no defense is being played in the NBA. It's gone one way or the other. So the thing that they're going to use to combat that, they're going to allow more hand checking point of attack. And you see if they allow that, bro, it's fucking over, bro. We're going to win the title because that's literally the difference between Indiana having a 120 offense and them having a 110 offense. I swear to God, if you are able to cut that shit off, they're back down to a 110 offense.
Hey,
Literally.
We
Irk,
saw what that looked like in the in-season tournament finale when suddenly the Lakers got
Bro,
real physical with
look
them.
at that's what I'm
They
saying,
couldn't
bro. So in
score.
Bro, during the in-season tournament, everybody and their mama was saying, "Oh, look at the Lakers. They have so many switchable guys, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah." And Bron could play that slow the ball down pace while his wing guys were super physical up
hey,
top.
Irk, to speak about that
Yeah.
pace, the top teams in the West, I was looking at the stats right now, like the Denver Nuggets and the Timberwolves, they play a pace that rank at 25 and 27th respectively. If we were to face those teams in the playoffs, who's going to dictate the pace? Because I think because we're the older team and we know how
As
these
long
things
as we
go.
guard, we dictate the pace. As long as if we
Mhm.
guard, it's
Yeah.
over. It's literally
I
over.
Bro. On playback, Jim and I were breaking down this chart, and it was talking about the best actions that teams run. And they were talking about like the half court offenses and what were the most points per possession and all of that stuff created. The Draymond and Steph pick and roll was the highest among that. The non Draymond and Steph pick and roll, they still had a great offense, right? So you see when we get to the playoffs and teams are taking away, bro. Mark my words on this, bro. Weird shit is gonna happen in the playoffs. Next thing a team, these teams that you see up top and they're beating this team and they're running this up tempo offense, bro. Wait until they get to the playoffs because I'm watching all of these teams and I'm seeing the type of actions that they run. And once you can get physical, and the only way is if the NBA just decides, you know what, we are going to call the playoffs just like the regular season. If that happens, everything is up for grab. But you see, apart from that, everything is up for grab.
I don't want to hear Steph Curry doesn't want to be on the ball ever again.
Let's do this. Let's transition to playback.tv/Space Gang. And we can break down some more stuff over there. We can watch some post game reaction. We can watch the post game film. But again, thank you very much. We have a back to back tomorrow. We'll be right back here. Space Center in the morning, chasing wins right after, strength in numbers right after. We got y'all covered all day long. So again, playback.tv/Space Gang, and we can go into hour 2 and hour 3 of post game. See y'all over there. Again, playback.tv/Space Gang. Give the host account a follow, and I'll see y'all over there.